Okay, welcome back to episode 5. We've got another round of drinks. It is late at night. We're gonna ride this out as good as we can. We're on Operation Moonfall. We are going to recover an item from the Advent facility. This is a pick your poison kind of mission where we had to pick between offsetting one of two bad outcomes. We've got Sergeant Anderson Tickle, the Grenadier, loaded up with grenades as you'd expect. We've got Squatty Ashley Madison, sharpshooter in training. We just lost a little somebody on the last mission. Sergeant Williams, aka Hound Dog, our go-to ranger. We also have Corporal Rick Sanchez and Corporal, I don't know what his first name is. I'm going to call him Arnold Palmer, who is our specialist. So we're going to see how this team works out. No rookies, just a little bit of squatty action here. We're going to try and grow the team a little bit. See how this pans out. I will mention that we did lose Pazuzu, who in my mind was our star grenadier, to a weird bug that completely precluded her from moving after getting mind controlled. It's, for better or for worse, it's going to make me a little paranoid when we start talking about working on some sectoid pods. I don't know that I can take them at face value. I'm going to prioritize them a little bit higher now, knowing that they may glitch my guys out and keep them from extracting on a mission. I'd also like to point out, in case you didn't see, Arnold Palmer over here has literally the worst goatee and hair I've ever seen. There it is. There it is, big boy. That's like a New England style if I've ever seen it. That's New England circa 2003. That dude is arguably top 100 Patriots fans. I don't even like football. I just think that he fits the bill. Oh, okay. Look at that sweet frame rate. All right. Before we begin, a couple of caveats.
We've got a feed on the Advent data vault near your position.
Cool. Caveat number 1, Bradford et al. Interrupt me at every goddamn opportunity. I actually turned down voiceovers as much as humanly possible, and yet, no dice. So we have 8 turns until the container is detonated. I have to recover the toxicity report. This looks difficult. That is quite a distance to go in 8 turns. And you can be damn sure there are going to be people in the way. I don't have full faith in my ability to do this, but we're going to do our best. Alright, we're going to have to kind of figure out the route ahead. Does it make sense to go straight at it? I imagine there's going to be patrols in the way. And at 8 turns until detonation, we don't have time to fuck with more than one pod. And even then, it's got to be like an instant kill pod. We saw at the beginning of the mission when Bradford got all up in my grill that there is a pod right on top of the objective, which doesn't really help us. Okay, with that in mind, I have to play a little bit aggressive here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move our sniper, knowing that when she moves, she can really only shoot her pistol anyways. She is a prime candidate to be our double move. That or the ranger, who kind of stays hidden. So this is, again, a thing that I sort of learned from watching Beagle Rush. If you've never watched him, I would highly recommend it. That dude understands and kind of sees the game on a level that nobody else does. And he's hilarious on top of that. He's an Australian dude, altogether worth your time and money. Basically, the idea here is that if you're smart about it, which I'm not because I've been drinking, you can kind of suss out, like, this is a safe position because none of my guys could even, or the frontmost guy, I should say, couldn't even see anybody. So, ergo, you know that we're not going to trigger anybody if we land back here. With that in mind, there's obviously a patrol up here that I would... It's funny, actually. I stopped watching Beagle's Twitch stream because I didn't want to spoil anything. He was getting really far in the campaign, and I kind of wanted to save some surprises. And then the last mission that I saw was on this sort of a map. It was a mission like this. He failed it because he tried to sneak around and ended up kind of pulling aggro as soon as he got back here. And that was that. He ended up evacing and still losing a couple of squad members because, you know, if you don't take these pods on piecemeal, you risk taking them all on at once. And especially the way that the entries are set up, if you're trying to do a silent entry until the last moment, there's not much cover here. You're out in the open, and man, if you kind of trip the alarm at that point, you're pretty fucked. That being said, he's playing on like legendary and stuff. Like, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm gonna gold move up. I'm going to avoid that pod. They actually may patrol down the street here. My goal is to basically make sure that we don't so we have a civilian here. It's kind of a dick. But I basically don't want to end our turn in a situation where we're so incredibly helpless. Alright, now this is a stupid move. This is a trap, right? Because I'm going to move up here, and I'll probably be fine. There's like a 90% chance that I'm fine. I'm making that number up. The problem is that if I'm not fine, I've already committed him to a yellow move, and I guess I've only committed him and one of his moves. So when the problem is that you lose a lot of your ability to react. You should never, ever make a yellow move outside of like your first or second move, because you lose, you know, 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 activations, 5 later on, depending on if you've unlocked the full squad. That being said, I'm just gonna fucking do it. See, 90%. That's like rule number 1 of XCOM. It's like you roll enough dice at 90%, and it's gonna fuck you. It is 100% gonna fuck you. But with that in mind, we're like mostly okay. 7 turns does not give us much leeway. To be honest, like, I think they've done a really great job of impressing upon you the urgency of getting to the objective in time. I could sit here and creep up the way I did in Enemy Unknown, like every goddamn turn. But at the end of the day, like, that's just not going to get it done. That's not an effective way to run the mission. Speaking of which, so these guys are being dicks, right? I would love to come up here. I'd love to kind of peek my head up onto this roof, make sure I'm clear, come across, drop down, and ambush the guys that I know are inside. I don't have that luxury. Instead, I basically have to make a blue move out here. And I guess even the civs could fuck me here. This is terrible. We're going to do this, though. We're going to continue booking it. Just because we have to. I mean, 6 turns to stop the detonation is not inspiring a lot of confidence for me. I'm going to try and park these guys over here. I'm going to try and be real careful and make sure that none of the pathing kind of gets in the way. Of the tiles here. I really fucked up the visibility last time, and it kind of bit me in the ass. So
solid copy.
I'm gonna leave one guy on Overwatch. To be honest, I almost shouldn't. Like, it's not going to make a difference. But what are my alternatives, right? I don't want to move him up here. I'm way too afraid. I know that as soon as I get to this window, somebody's going to see him. I can't leave him here. These guys could move. These guys can move. You know what really is the smart play? It's like moving back here, possibly here. But I'm kind of a wuss, so I'm gonna move back here. No overwatching. Still all clear. Okay. So who do we open up with? So I have a feeling that once we move and get visibility... Oh. There are civs in here. So the only reason that I don't want to completely double move ahead with Hound Dog is she's the one that stays clear if I've completely fucked things up and revealed the squad. Her Phantom ability allows her to stay concealed. So with that in mind, what if I waypoint my way... I actually don't know if this is enough clearance to make sure that I don't get spotted. But I'm going to say yes, it is.
Good to go.
And don't fuck me on that. Nope. Oh. What happened?
Menace 1-5.
Anytime the camera hijacks like that, you don't know if it's like an enemy reacting.
Move to acquire.
It could be an enemy on Overwatch that was like in a pod that, yeah, you kind of let go. It's not a good feeling. But that being said, it was just the objective. I think we're cool. We just got to be super fucking careful. See, that's... If those guys, like, wander into us and we're out in the open, it's bad news bears.
Already there.
Gonna actually start being a little more conservative. So those two, like, their die has been cast. They're fucking stuck.
Got it covered.
Oh shit. How far is this dude gonna patrol in? What's happening? Why did it just hang there for... It's like the whole program didn't hang. It was actively showing me stupid shit that nobody cares about. Okay. We now have 4 turns to get to the objective, which is still not great. Again, there are civilians in here that will rat us out, which isn't great. We know that there was a pod up here, and you can tell by these red lines, like the map actually ends up here. I can't physically scroll further. So they wandered somewhere, which does not fill me with confidence. So let's move Steve Anderson up here. Shit. Fuck. They're right there. They are literally right goddamn there. And now they're upstairs. Oh, don't tell me we pulled this pod too. That seems like some bullshit. Fuck. Alright. This is a problem. This is a really big problem. Here's why. I've got a guy out in the open that somehow got to deal with 2 troopers. I've got a grenadier who has to deal with a stun lancer and a snick. This motherfucker might be able to get a flank. If he comes here, this may be a trap flank. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This, I think he only has clear line of sight. If he's hiding here, I think he only gets clear line of sight here. He may, because this is half cover, get a flank on this side. But he basically has to step out from behind this tree. So that might be a flank on him. I'm pretty sure I can get a flank on the snack. If I were to move... Do I have anybody that can actually get there? She can, but she can only do a pistol shot. So that's 1 to here. That's 2. I said 2 to here. One of you guys is going to fuck this up. So 3 for cleanup. Plus we have a flashbang, so that's not the end of the world. Rick Sanchez can come in here. What are the odds of us getting like a solid grenade? So you can actually, by the way, like fuck with the floor on this dude's shit. Like you can destroy the building and bring ruin upon the building that he is resting, and give him fall damage. But I don't see enough like red building stuff. Like we're knocking out doors and windows and shit, but I don't think we're actually bringing down the building, which leads me to believe that a grenade is only going to get one of these dudes dead. So I think these 3 can, for the most part, contain this situation. The question is going to be, you've only got 1 move left, and you've got a 62 and a 67. Neither of those are really going to make me feel safe enough to leave you out here in the open. So you are going to need to double back here probably, which means you over here are going to get a shot somewhere. I say this knowing you might be able to just do over here and count on elevation to protect you a little bit. All right, let's bank on that. So the first move, of course, is for you to go over here. Oh, Jesus fuck. Are you kidding me? All that planning. To be honest, I don't think that this really changes our target priority that much. We have 1 more shit face in here and a sectoid that's kind of far out. The real question is, are we going to be able to deal with it? This is the easy mission, by the way. God damn it. This is indeed a trap flank, so that sort of blows that plan out of the water. Can you... So we are flanked on the alien. I think not only will this will force the stun lancer to move because he will be out of cover. Shit. God, that other pod really fucked shit up. Maybe you come back here. What are we trying to do with you now? Now that there's... I mean, it's just another basic trooper in play and a sectoid.
Roger that.
Wow, I can't believe that that's a 49% shot. I mean, I guess if you've got high cover against them, who am I to say fuck you? I have no window. Or do I? Oh, yes. I really wish I had done this before I sent this dude up here, but I think this might actually erase... Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have just committed to that. That dude's out in the open now. He's about to get fucked by that sectoid. Alright. Well... Yeah, I guess he does have some blast armor on. Okay. Ashley Madison. Your move is basically decided for you. I think this dude has to do the grenade move, if only to pull his cover out and force him to move. I just hope that, you know, him being a stun lancer, he doesn't actually just like move towards us. That'd be terrible. Alternatively, I could just try and fucking kill him. So there's also the question here. Now, keep in mind, we actually gave her Shadow Strike, which is when she's concealed, she does additional aim and damage. So she's got a pretty decent shot. I think at most of these enemies. So maybe the smart play. Ah, shit. I was hoping that she could see the snake from here. Or here. What I'm trying to do is find a position where, like, she's not going to ruin her concealment, but she's still going to be able to get her aim bonus against the snake. Maybe this is the right play.
What's over there?
Oh, or does that ruin my concealment? God damn it, because I was already in a tile that was revealed. Well, that fucking blows. Okay, new course of action. We are going to flashbang our way out of this. Boy, that makes me feel fantastic about myself. We can choose to overwatch with her. I'm more inclined to just take a 91% on the stun lancer. That's only going to go down. Like, you take the overwatch penalty, and he's going to move, and his disorientation I don't think is going to help our odds. So fucking wasted. I love it. And then with Rick Sanchez, I'm sort of tempted to just overwatch. The only other thing I could think of would be like, ooh, actually, no, I can't damage the objective. How about that? There we go. So I'm willing to almost just eat the damage from this trooper. What I'm trying to do is force this sectoid's hand, and that might be a stupid move. That trooper is gonna fuck this dude up. We'll see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? 7 damage with a flashbang on you? Like, why do I bother? Mind Spin. I don't even know what Mind Spin is, but it's fucking terrifying from the name. Where's this motherfucker going? That's a real interesting choice, dude. I'm gonna chalk that one up to me playing on a not super difficult. Like, I should be dead. I should have lost 2 soldiers on that turn. I basically lost 1. Keep in mind, I have 3 turns to hack this objective, which is not fucking fantastic. All right. So what I really wanted to do was get Amy Williams out of harm's way and have her kind of wipe up this trooper in the meantime. Like, if she could park here. She just can't get there, though. Oh, wait, she could probably slash. Yeah, I'm gonna have her do that just to get her. Just to get her out of line of sight of the sectoid, assuming that the shield goes away. Come on.
Okay, so I got one. This looks valuable.
It is valuable, maybe. Hair trigger. Okay, you're not flanked though.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, good. You're in cover. You, Mr. Tickle, are most certainly flanked. Okay, we got this. We have got this. Oh no, the snake is still there. The snack. Jeremy Palmer, your activations might be the most valuable from now on. So what do we have? We have two big bad guys to worry about. We have 2 grenadiers left with grenade launchers. And we have a gunslinger left. Okay. This is solvable. So what if I do this?
Heading out.
And grenades really are the solution to all of life's problems.
This is for you.
At some point, I'm going to get upgraded grenades that are going to do more than 3 to 4 damage. I guess the opponent's HP is going to go up as well, but damn if I don't love the idea of it. Fuck. Alright. Here is troubleshooter number 2. Jumping on down here. Like, we are running out of grenades, folks, so
Boom.
don't act like you got all day, because you know you don't. I was hoping that this would destroy his cover, which it did, which should give my sharpshooter... Oh, come on! How is this still a 35%? Ah, Jesus. I mean, I don't understand how this dude is flanked. Unless it's by that guy. Fuck. She might just need to overwatch. He needs to get his ass in fucking gear. Because he has 3 turns now to go hack. If I put him to the right of this door, he cannot be seen. I think he's like mission essential, by the way, at this point. Like, I have no idea how we're gonna get this. And your disorientation is removed. No, you're flanked. You should get the fuck out. Wow, that was lucky.
I can't move.
That grab is failed.
Whoa. I feel
And now people are poisoned. So you get 2 special abilities in a turn. That's awesome. I wish I could do that with my fucking guys. Don't you fucking do it. Are you targeting... Don't touch my hound dog. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright. Sectoid is priority number 1 at this point. Yeah, you're poisoned. You're fine. I actually think that in the first XCOM, this affected their aim like by a lot. Yeah, 30%. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think so. According to the green stars, I feel like this should be okay. Maybe not. Either way, we have to take this 78% now. It's our only choice. You've got to be fucking kidding me, dude. That is not cool. I don't care about the size zombie. That's not where we need to focus our efforts. God damn it. I'm not super thrilled about this. Do we have any grenades left? We've got a slice. We have 1 grenade left on Ashley Madison, who can only get to cover that's been poisoned. That's fucking awesome. Alternatively, there's a chance, however slight, if I'm willing to risk her well-being, that she could grenade this sectoid. And what does that do for us here? That allows us to make kind of a beeline. I still don't understand why this guy could not hack the objective. I'll tell you what. Let's move Jeremy Palmer a little closer in. Maybe he can hack. I'll feel way better if I know that. There we go.
Infiltrating access point.
If we can fucking hack this thing. Okay, again, objectives that the mission depends upon have a 100% chance of success. What I'm really rolling the dice on here is, would I rather have better Avenger scanning for the next 4 weeks or reduce the contact cost for a nearby region? This seems like a no-brainer. There's still no guarantee that I get this, but it seems about as useful as this and twice as likely, so why the fuck not? Yeah! Cool. So our Avenger is going to be a little bit better, and we have now, you know, disarmed the detonator.
Piece of cake. Menace 1-5. Status confirmed. The charges are inactive and the package is secure.
Okay.
Remaining hostiles near the AO.
So Rick Sanchez basically has nothing to add the conversation. I think that she actually just needs to fucking destroy this zombie. I don't have a better way to do this. The only other thing I could think of would be to nuke the zombie and possibly eat. Yeah, you know what? Let me try this. Hound Dog can probably kill this thing. Hopefully. 4 to 6. You need max damage. That's not a great... So my alternative would be, like, let me roll her out of here. And if she lands here, she can at least take a shot at the zombie. Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm going.
That's not a great shot at the zombie. Or a great shot at the sectoid, I should say. Fuck. You know, maybe I should have just taken it. My alternative isn't great, but I think I have to do it. I think I have to move up here and risk eating this pile of shit. But I gotta knock out that sectoid. I guess I'm gonna overwatch both of you. I don't think I really have much of a choice. Well, he's probably just gonna sit and do what the fuck he wants. Because he's a snake. Snakes are fucking nasty. Okay. I think the snake, based on what I'm seeing here, this is the last fucking pod, so... we're just gonna spread it on. 32% does not inspire me.
On the move.
80%. That's more my speed. Let's do it, Steve Anderson.
Hostile target down.
Perfect. I think we're good.
Status confirmed.
There we go. Thanks, Bradford.
And the area is secure.
Whew.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
All right. You know, you say that I'm doing excellent, but I'm not sure that I believe you. Uncle Tickle. That sounds creepy. Let me rephrase that. Tickle is just not a great nickname. I can't think of a good pun that doesn't just sound creepy. Alright. What's the damage, guys? Oh boy. Ashley Madison comes out of this a little bit better. Pretty much everybody else comes out of it a little bit worse. You know who's probably got the most impressive kill mission ratio is Sergeant Tickles. But what's to be said? We came out of here with some good mods. Laser sight, expanded mag. These are all good things. Some corpses on top of it, which are give or take. We did get another engineer, so I'm pretty happy about that. We can assign him immediately. To really get rolling on the excavate. Actually, you know what? That's not necessarily a great use of our engineers, because what I would like to do is increase our soldier healing rate. And I mean, we took some real wounds there, and that should hopefully help us out a little bit. Not now. We will be back there later. Okay, so Asia is getting a little bit better. Interestingly enough, it used to be in XCOM, you know, there were sort of static bonuses for locking down a continent. So, you know, North America would always give you benefits to your Air Force, and Africa would always give you, you know, additional income and stuff like that. They kind of randomize it in XCOM 2, which I really like. It means that I don't always want to go into the same corners. It's not like Risk, where you're like, oh, better get fucking Australia. So Asia, which, by the way, I didn't actually get to pick my own continent, which still kind of rubs me the wrong way, in my particular playthrough right now, has the arm to the teeth bonus, which gives me additional upgrade slots for primary weapons. So once I think, if I'm reading this right, once we unite four of these, or make contact, I should say, with 4 different regions in Asia, I think that's a pretty good sign. So I'm excited about that. We can go to the black market. We can go and get some additional supplies. We can reduce the contact cost. We've got a couple of things going on. So let's actually work on reducing the contact cost. That seems like a worthwhile investment here. So we did just get another ranger. And to me, let me explain this a little bit better. If we look at our soldiers, let's see, we have 2 grenadiers, 3 rangers, 2 specialists, and 1 sharpshooter. So part of me thinks that we could stand to get another grenadier. I just like the idea of having 2 available for each mission, which means that we probably need to have twice as many available as anybody else. I don't know how we ended up with 3 rangers, but 2 specialists seem solid. Sharpshooters, I feel like I could kind of do without. I'm not super sure. The other cool thing that we can do, by the way, is look at our recruits and see who's in here. Now, these are all you know, randomly generated. Some of them are kind of picked out from our character pool, which I may just do one of that Just to get another guy in here.
Secure transmission from some clown calling himself Van Dorn. Doesn't sound like the kind of recruit we're looking for.
I do need to put somebody into the guerrilla tactics school, and I do need to train them on a certain class. So I think perhaps the guy that we just bought, the additional rookie, Agent Mayhem, is about to get trained up in the art of grenading. I think that's a solid play. Yes. So he'll be unavailable for 5 days. I don't know. That's usually 10 days. I'm not sure really why it's halved. I guess maybe because I have somebody here. I don't really know. But our engineer count really shot up. I'm pretty happy with that. Still only one scientist, which isn't great news. All right, back to the geoscape. We're going to continue. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, there's some more progress on the Avatar project here.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
So I kind of, in following Beagle Rush, read that, here we go. Next region contact cost, reduced by 50%. That's great news, maybe. Investigate. We do want to investigate. You can basically, from what I've read, stall out on this Avatar project a little bit, more than you would think. When this kind of hits the top, you don't have... Cool. I think that means that he's already finished in the guerrilla tactics school. Which means Nicole Black, sure, why not? You're going to become our next sharpshooter. As I was saying. Yeah, you can kind of stall out on this a little bit. It's just, by the time that this counts up, you get a bit of a countdown that you can react to. It's not as bad as you would think, is really what it boils down to. I need to complete a black site mission. I think that's what this is. I kind of want to make contact with West Asia. I know it's cheaper now. 15 intel is basically nothing.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our systems. Two proving grounds are ready, Commander. We can build the skull. Welcome to the proving grounds,
I just
Commander.
skipped a thing.
It seemed like a good idea to isolate some of our more
Okay.
experimental concepts, especially when it comes to weapons development.
So I can access the chip implanted inside of an Advent Force skull. I can, and that costs supplies and time, obviously. I can go with experimental ammo or experimental grenades. I'm going to go with experimental grenades. I love my grenadiers.
I'll let you know as soon as we've made progress.
The other thing that I would like to point out is, so we are booked up on power, but what we really need to do is kind of clear one of these layers out. So we're going to have to build in 9 days another power plant thingy here. So I'm wondering if we should clear this out, because what I want to do... Can I really not even see what my build options are?
What can I do for you, Commander?
I literally cannot see what... Okay. I need to build a comm relay soon. I'm going to need power to do it. To me, what that means is, let's see, 49 and 12, 42. This is almost certainly better. Wait, are you available? Artyom Solyalyov?
I think Dad would have been proud of what
1,
we're doing
2,
here.
3.
For
Do
the
I have
first time in
a
long
fucking
time,
idle
we're
engineer?
actually a threat to the aliens, and they know it. Now we just have
That's
to make
annoying.
all
I
those
feel like that
people
should be
in the
highlighted
colonies
to me.
know what we're fighting for.
Jesus Christ,
My
20
father
days.
didn't die so we could become a race of cowering test subjects for the aliens to toy with. We just have to get
Alright,
people's attention.
let's put Harumi Fugumi in here. Alright, 10 days. That seems a little more manageable. Alright, now, if you guys will get off of me, I would love to fucking finish making contact with the resistance here. Okay, another retaliation site. So these are the ones with the faceless. Operation Faceless Tears. That's... Ugh, boy, that's some awful foreshadowing. Okay, so I'm gonna kill this episode here, now that we've got our next mission teed up. Keep in mind, these are the ones where we have to save the civilians, so we are going to respond to that, because we're good dudes. Shake that UFO if we can. Alright, so let's look at the kind of team that we want to bring for this as much as possible. So, in my opinion, double Rangers, great move. I think double Grenadiers is also a good move. I actually have a feeling that Sharpshooters, slightly less necessary. Basically, anybody else that we bring is going to be a squatty, so they're not going to have any cool skills available to them, which in my mind means we should probably go with another Grenadier. Okay. So we've got flashbangs. We've got, well, one set of flashbangs. Specialist, Ranger. I think this is a good team. We're going to save some civilians. Go ahead and tune in next time for Operation Faceless Tears. And let's hope that they really are indeed the tears of Faceless and not tears of my guys, because I don't know that I can